Alright, Steven's Junk Videos here again. And, well, this is the subject of this video, no apparent reason. This little guy works, but I was never able to load music on it or anything because special software and special cables. So, whatever. I've been sitting on the shelf up here for a while. And it's kind of a weird little mp3 player, especially the screen and the layout, and very small. Kind of a neat little thing. Takes a couple little triple A's. Triple A's. I didn't feel like screaming A really hard. Making it funny, I suppose. Yeah, just a cute little thing. Had that for a while in my collection. Never been able to use it. This box out of here is full of, well, it's got another one of these, of course, and it's got some memory cards in it, the cables, maybe a manual, maybe some other things I can't quite remember now, but I saw it and had to have it because I already had the little guy. So really has a mini disc kind of vibe to it. Grab my mini disc player here. Definitely smaller than the mini disc player, but has the same kind of little thing going on. Would have been simple to throw in your pocket and had some music with you. I mean, it's not going to hold a lot of songs because, well, the memory cards are incredibly small. Got a few here. Takes these little smart media cards. So I got a 128 here, a little 32. These were pretty expensive back then too. Another 128. They're not high capacity, that's for sure. Let's open the box and see what we got with everything. Everybody likes unboxing videos, right? It's an interesting way to pack a box. A weird box. Guess it's a box within a box. That's nice. Helps keep things a little safer. Oh, cool. It is actually a factory box. Look at that. A rush. With an awful lot of writing on top of it. Apparently somebody was writing letters on some top of it. Anyway, funny to see all that. I don't know if you can on camera too well. Maybe. Alright, what's in this rush box? Pretty sure it's pretty complete. Lots of bubble wrap, that's nice. And this is an older mp3 player. Like, it uses parallel. So she's early. Got some smart media boxes. Philips Rush. Like, you could this is kind of neat. You can put this in your wallet. It's like credit card size. Quite the cable. It's like heavy. Parallel. Horribly slow. Big old power brick. I suppose you gotta power it when you're transferring stuff. Got the car adapter, which is kind of cool. This is quite the kit, man. This you don't see very often, but original headphones still in the box. They're pretty dirty. I would have to clean them if I wanted to try them. I don't. The little earbuds were never good. Even the... that's funny. Look at this little clip. It is the same shape as the player. For funny. Oh, is there USB? Oh, there is. Look at that, in case you didn't, if you had USB or not. That's pretty neat. Didn't realize it was a USB one too. Cassette adapter so you could listen to it on the go in your car, because old cars never had headphone inputs like a lot of the new ones do now. And even that kind of disappeared once phones went to Bluetooth. Comment if you were using your own portable devices, whether it's an mp3 player, a little portable CD player with a cassette adapter, and remember using these. Who still uses them today? I mean, I know I have had some cars that still have a cassette and have used it. Although more modern FM transmitters have gotten pretty good now. Compared to before, they were horrible, and this worked way better. And the player itself, let's see what kind of shape this one is in. Mine's a little scratched up. I thought this came with some cards. Yeah, it's definitely less scratched on the screen than mine. Mine's a little bit beat up. But still cool to have a couple of them on hand. I believe it said it worked. I really thought there was cards. I gotta look. I keep digging in here. Actual manual. Pretty nice. And the central air is turning on, so it's gonna get a little noisy. Sorry about that. The computer specs, love it. Intel Pentium, 200 megahertz, 64 megs RAM. Yeah, it's definitely noisy. Sorry about that. It's got really hot. It's almost 100 degrees today. Using your smart media card. That's pretty simple. All kinds of cool stuff. Oh, so that's what those silver tabs are for. Okay. So I don't know much about smart media cards. Write Protect. Now I know. Different languages, all the things. I don't have software either. Man, things were packaged better and labeled better. It's a very nice CD. Not too scratched up. A little bit of a scratch. It should work. Very nice. I gotta bring one of my PCs out and set up the software. Bought from Target apparently, huh? Return and exchange policy. Oh, very nice flyer. Oh wow, here's the receipt. This is cool. So it was a gift receipt. Darn it. I wanted to know what the price was. 12/9 of 01. No way it was 800. Cash CHS number. Then must have been something else. That would have been cool if it would have been the original sales receipt. To know the exact price they paid for it. This is really cool that it's so complete. That's why I bought it. Warranty and registration card. Did anybody ever fill these out? I know I never did. Retail price paid. Nobody knows. Protect your investment. Mail in the card. Receive benefits. Yeah, nobody did this stuff. I really could have swore. I'm gonna look on the eBay listing. I could have swore it had cards with it. Kind of bummed. I can always use more of them things later on. I got a few of my own, obviously. Let's check on my purchases here. Look through the pictures. Maybe I was just seeing things. Would have been kind of fun if it had the original cards. See what kind of music. Oh, see, there was a picture with a card in it. See, right here. And that's not in the player, I didn't think. Well, it could be. Well, let's check that quick. That's the one thing I didn't do, is eject the thing. Oh yeah, there it is. I found it. I even had a filter sticker on it. Nice. Only 64 megabytes. And that circle, I think, is where you put the right protect sticker on. So we'll have to get this thing powered up, see if there's anything on it. Okay, I wasn't seeing things. I thought there was at least a card that went with it. So let's put a couple AAAs in there. Power it up. This thing's so light. In really good shape too. Didn't get any batteries left in there or nothing. The screen is horrendous to look at, honestly. I don't know what they were thinking. Can anybody see that without the reflection? No audio tracks, so there's nothing. It's blank 64 megs. There we go. Yep. Well, I guess we'll have to get this set up, put it on a computer, put some tracks on here, and play with it. I don't think this. Is there a way that it could be backlit? I don't know. I'll have to look at the manual. Maybe it's not. Hopefully I'm not boring people too much with this unboxing and taking a look at this little player. It's quite the little thing. Especially the Target warranty. I really wish the original receipt was in there. That would have been kind of fun. What am I doing here? Doing manual. Where did I set that? Apparently I'm throwing things away. There it is. Way down here. Use only, use 32 64 smart media cards with that logo only, or your Philips 32 meg blue smart media cards only. So does that mean a 128 probably won't work? Kind of it's such a weird wristy band case type thing too. It's just fun to look at this. I don't know if anybody else is enjoying this or not. Again, I'm sorry about the central air running. It's hot out. It's just gonna be the way it is, I guess. Don't clean with alcohol. Don't leave in the sun or rain shine. Wow. Sun or rain. Rain shine? What? Dyslexic brain munch. I just want to see quick if there was a lit up display option. Wow, there you go. Real jukebox. Does this bring anybody back to the old days? I personally used Windows Media Player later. Not Windows 98 Media Player, but like XP era. That's what I used. Not to say Real Jukebox wasn't that good or not. Downloading from the internet. Click Get Music. Real Jukebox connects you to the internet. Early internet days too. Nice. Hook your MP3 player up. Put it into the car tape deck. Listen to music. Troubleshooting. Possible cause or remedy. No display sound. Battery's weak. Well, that's probably more likely. All kinds of funny things here. This you don't see much either. People telling you how much amplifying power it has. 2 times 5 milliwatts. Not a lot. Good enough for earbuds. And I guess that's all it is, really. Nothing what I was looking for, but cool to look at anyway. And I guess I didn't see anything about display being lit. Guess that was extra in life. What else should I bother setting? Well, I do have another project to do, so yeah, I think I will set up my laptop, my Windows 98 laptop that has USB, and we'll install the software and get some songs on it, I guess, and play with it. Since I got all the stuff now, I couldn't do that with the other one. You can't just take that card and put it into a card readers type thing, which you think you should be able to. They're just MP3s, but they have a special way of doing it, so you can't just copy files. Older MP3 stuff was all like that. Newer ones are so much easier. Just click and drag the files and it figures it out, and I don't know what anyways. So that's why I wanted this. It had the stuff, the cables, so I could have a working little Phillips Rush, even though this display is so bad. But it's just, it's can you see the depth of the thing? It's kind of like dome shape. I don't know, it's kind of a like a little pizza box kind of thing. I don't know what to call it. Would have been cooler if it flipped open and you could put a card in that way or something, like a mini disc player. Again, going back to my mini disc player, if anybody wants me to do a better video on this thing. But yeah, too bad it couldn't have flipped open like that. And a little spot to put the card in and close it up. That would have been way cooler in my opinion. Anyways, still kind of a neat 90s, 2000s I should say. What is the year on this thing? I don't really know. Might have said in the manual, but for sure it was, you know, spec for Windows 98 computers. Yeah, Windows 98, 95, so it was in the late 90s for sure, in the early 2000s. Does it have any date on the manual? Probably not. It'd be nice if it did. Whatever. Anyways, let's get the laptop set up and put some files on it and see what that kind of experience is. Yeah, the ThinkPad is out and you can kind of see the screen. I guess I can angle it a little more. Central Air is still cruising along, so sorry for that noise yet. We'll boot into some Windows 98, get the software loaded. I already have a bunch of junk on this laptop. And I don't know if I have any music CDs handy. Might have to dig one up. Daylight savings time, and I haven't had this thing on since then. Good old 98 boot up sound. It's what I am very fond of and familiar with because I started my first computing world with Windows 98. My dad bought a brand new PC back in the day from a magazine, I believe. I really do like this CD. It's just such a nice printed deal. Of course, I already have some Music Match and other things on this computer, which I should probably delete first before bothering. Let me do that here instead of just recording it. Alright, let's install this CD together, huh? Anybody out there have memories of their using an IBM ThinkPad with the little rubber dot thing? I don't know what you call it. No touchpad here. It's kind of an awful thing, I think myself, but it works. Alright, install Real Jukebox, which technically had a version on here. Notice, do not update to Jukebox 2. Return to the fact for details, huh? So there's a copyright of 2000 on here, so that's probably about the era of this mp3 player, I guess. Might take a little bit. I wonder how many songs I can get on a little 64 megabyte chip. So, do we accept the agreement? I guess. Please read carefully. Nobody read them. I am not going to enter my email. Of course, it wants you to. Really? Guess we'll just make up one, because this thing is not on the internet at all. Is there no more next? You just finished? Oh, so maybe I didn't need to put the email in? Whatever. That sounds very familiar. Welcome to Real Jukebox from Real Networks. Start using it, click next. Do you own a portable music player or storage device? Well, yeah, otherwise I wouldn't be installing this, would I? Anyways, that's simple, basic old program here. I'm going to close out. I'm going to exit the backup right now because I don't need that. For Windows 98 only, this is Windows 98. Let's do the little patch thing. I did. Yeah, okay. Said close it, and I did. It was already closed, I believe. Anyways, I think it's all installed. Should we look at the frequently asked questions? When will RealBox 2 be available for the rush? Back when internet sites were so simple. Okay, yeah. Let's plug in the device. Oh, I gotta restart. Go figure. Do that, I guess. I think this nice power brick here. Plug that in. Where is the power plug? There it is. And since this laptop is USB. I'm not going to use the parallel. We'll hook this up to the back quick. There we go. Back into my awesome background. Let's get the drivers, I suppose, all loaded up too for it. This will be the first time I've done this because I didn't have any cables for the other one. That's why I bought this bundle. I didn't need another player, but this one's in better shape. Alright, into Windows 98. Let's plug the Rush in here. Very nice little satisfying click. The display just says Philips Rush on it at the moment. Blank 64 megabytes. Getting the driver database. And I don't know if it'll have it loaded already or if I have to find the driver on the disk. No, it's already found it. Figured doing USB would be a lot easier. Is that it? This is all loaded up. And of course it doesn't show up as like a mass storage device or anything that you can just click and drag. You actually have to use the real jukebox to put music on it, and I don't have any music on this computer, I don't think, anyway. Let's see what to put on there. I'll have to hunt down a disc. I don't have one right now, so I will be back. Well, this will take a little bit, but it's recording a single track off of a random CD I picked. I can't play it because of copyright stuff. Maybe I'll figure out some mp3 files off of YouTube or something and put it on a USB and put it on here, just so we could play it. I mean, obviously it's going to play audio. I'll make sure the headphone jack is working properly, that kind of thing. It's kind of a slow process. Anybody else remember importing CDs? This one apparently is not doing it digitally because it says my CD player isn't capable of that. I don't know why it isn't. Be kind of cool to make full digital copies and then better audio quality, maybe, I guess. You got to compress it quite a bit to fit on smaller media anyway, so we'll just play with it quick, give it a test. That's all I'm doing, and then finish this up. So yeah, when that's done, I will click on it and see how long it takes to just do one song onto the Philips Rush player. Alright, let's add a song, and everybody I'm sure knows this song. Seems kind of fitting for nuggety mp3 players, but Scarlet Fire, what else? I don't know, I couldn't find anything else quick to put on here, so go begin transfer and see how long one song takes. Being USB shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, there it goes, it's cruising. 40%, 50%, 60, 70, 80, 90, and it stopped at 96. There it is, on device, and I can even see it loaded on the screen. How funny. So at least there's one on there, I can test it. So let's close that out. Close this down, disconnect power and cable. Yeah, that screen is so hard to even, it's too reflective. I can't see in my camera without blinding you guys. There's Scarlet Fire. It's just so bad. Angle's gonna be just right. But I guess it was already playing. Volume up, down. So this up here is your indicator for volume. Let me get some headphones quick. Where's the pause? Just push the play button again. Okay. Kind of a fun little thing. Let me grab some headphones. Try to finish this video clip quick because my wife is giving the child a bath upstairs, so it makes noise, and the plumbing is just right above. So I'm just gonna show it playing Scarlet Fire and be done with this video. There it goes. And it's the only song I have on there because I don't have any other tracks to load. So I didn't even look at what quality it is, but it doesn't sound too bad. And I don't know how many songs you could put on a 64 meg chip. But there we go. Scarlet Fire working on a Nugget. Think Pods would be proud. It's not what my channel's about, but I had to show this neat little nugget of a mp3 player. Should we see if the little buds work? I'm not putting them in my ears, but see if they make noise. Actual Philips branded headphones, the ones you were supposed to jam out to, and both are working. They don't sound too bad when I put my ears up to them. Probably weren't that bad back then. Better than some. They're kind of a weird nubby looking thing. Stick in your ears. Different than earbuds I'm used to from this era. Anyways, there's a little Philips Rush mp3 player with all the trinkets that went with it, and it's kind of neat to look at and play with. Something from Windows 98 era. You know, that's what we had early on, and you didn't get much. And how far we came to get to something like this. Way better setup. So the iPod Classic is an awesome iPod if you want to listen to music. Not necessarily this. This is just kind of fun and nostalgic and funny to look at, and that screen is just ridiculous. I don't know what they were thinking with a mirror type screen. Anyway, there's my junk that I play with and mess with. So hopefully you liked it. Thanks for watching.